To get started, you want to remove the door off the hinge. Trust me, this is an important part of the process. It is very quick and easy to do, so do not neglect taking that door off. You go right on to removing the carpet. You'll see that I'm just using a regular knife just to cut right into the carpet. You want to make sure it's a brand new blade so that you have no issues cutting into the carpet. If it is sharp enough, it can go right down into the underlayment padding as well. However, if you cannot, just do it in 2 steps, making sure you remove the carpet and then removing the padding as well. Again, you just want to break it down into strips so that it's easy to carry and remove out of the room that you're working in. So for this room, I cut the carpet down into 3 strips, and you just roll it up, again, just making it easier for you to remove out of the space that you're working in. If you guys want to have an in-depth video on how to remove carpet, I will include a link in the description for how to do that. And also you can click the button there on the screen for that as well. So just go ahead and continue removing the carpet until it is completely removed out of the room. Next up, you want to go ahead and remove the premium tack strip that is going to be surrounding the perimeter of the room. I am using my pry bar here as well as my mallet. You don't necessarily need a hammer. A mallet will work just fine. You're going to just use the flat end of the pry bar to lift up the tack strips. It is secured down by some nails. So if you want to, jam that pry bar right underneath the nail, it lifts up pretty easy, just as you see I'm doing here. And again, it is going to be around the full perimeter of the room, so you want to make sure you're removing all of those tack strips. They have some nails sticking up at the top, so please be careful during this portion so that you don't prick your finger. If you need to use some gloves, you can. Once I do that, I go ahead and do a preliminary sweep. I'm going to sweep this room twice before moving on to the next step. I do this sweep first so that I can visually see where all of the staples are, and you're going to see me remove that next. But again, I do sweep twice just so that I can see exactly where all of those staples are. It's easy to work when you keep your workspace nice and clean of dust and dirt. So just sweep that up before going on to the next step. You can use a flathead screwdriver or a tack strip remover like the one you see that I'm using here. I'll show you how to do both. So first, you're going to just jam that flathead screwdriver into the staple and twist so that you can lift it, but you will also need to have a pliers handy so that you can pull the staple out of the subfloor. I super duper love this tack strip remover because look how easy and efficient this hand tool is. It gets right in and lifts those staples right up with no issue. And I believe I got this for less than $5. So if you're going to be tackling this project, please make sure you pick one of these bad boys up. And again, I'm just showing you how easy it is to remove those staples. You're going to find that the staples are mostly going to be found right along the perimeter of the room, just as you saw where the tack strips were. So, you don't have to do, a crazy look over for the full room. It's mostly going to be found right along that edge of the room. So again, showing you how to do it with that flathead screwdriver. You just jam it in and lift it, but you will need that plier to pull up the staples. I do recommend using some knee pads. Going up and down on that hard subwood subfloor will be excruciating over time. And once you've got those bad boys on, just go ahead and finish pulling up all of the staples around the edge of the room. And like I said, I will sweep again. So that's what I'm doing here. The second sweep, just to confirm that everything is clean and clear and off of the floor. Okay, so when you're laying the vinyl roll flooring, you want to make sure that the floor is leveled, free of dust and stuff like this. So these nails here need to come up because you most certainly won't be able to lay that vinyl over it, so we are going to get that removed. Otherwise, the floor is clear and free. This is a brand new build, so we didn't have to worry about any discrepancies with the subfloor. So once we get this removed, we're gonna bring the vinyl up. It's already been sitting in the garage for 2 days, acclimating to the weather, well, to the temperature, and we'll be able to get that laid out